Hello and welcome students. This is the first class of geography of the session 21-22 and here we are going to start with the chapter Asia. This is the chapter number 6 in your book and today we will start with the first topic. So the first topic of the chapter is the location and extent. So students, it's very clear from the name of the chapter that we are going to learn about the largest continent in the world, that is Asia. And we living in India, we Indians, we live in Asia because India is a part of the largest continent called Asia. So Asia is very huge, and in this module itself we will come to know it about its latitudinal and longitudinal extent. We will see its position in the world map compared to the other continents. So let's start with the chapter. Students, this is the location map. So here you can see that this is the continent of Asia, which is marked with red, and it is highlighted as compared to other continent in the world map so that you understand its size and location. Look at its extent. It looks very vast. So why it looks vast? Because it's the largest continent. It occupies maximum area of the world compared to any other continent. So it covers about 30% of the total land area. 30% of the total land area is occupied by Asia, the largest continent. So students, after Asia, the second largest is Africa, third being North America, fourth being South America, and then we have the fifth and the sixth continent. And Antarctica is, though it's larger than Australia and Europe, but it is uninhabited. No one lives, nobody survives there, cannot survive because the conditions are very extreme. So Antarctica is uninhabited continent, but we count it, when we count the continents, there are 7 continents. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So there are 7 continents, and apart from Antarctica, all the 6 continents are inhabited. Human beings live there. Civilizations have developed in these continents. So students, let's proceed. We have seen the continent of Asia in respect to the rest of the world. In this slide, you can see that all the continents are marked here. Europe and Asia, together they are known as Eurasia. So this is a term, Eurasia, is used for both the continents together, Europe and Asia. Why? Because if you see, it's a common landmass. Europe and Asia, they are a common single landmass. They are not separated by any water body. So as they are connected together, they form a single geographical unit. What do we call? Single geographical unit. So as they form a single geographical unit, so they are a single landmass, and we use the term Eurasia to denote Europe and Asia together. So students, here we come to the chapter 6, continent. We will study about the continents, and first we learn about Asia. So if we start, let's zoom in and see the content. Asia is the world's largest continent, and how much area does it cover? Children, I have told you 30% of the total world's land area. Now children, this continent has a lot of diversity. What do you mean by diversity? Diversity means a lot of variety. Variety in climate, vegetation, wildlife and people. So I'll give you a few examples to make you understand this. In Asia itself, you have Thar Desert. In Asia itself, you have Varkoyans, that is Siberian part of Asia, where it's very, very cold. Thar Desert, very, very hot. So you can see very hot climate also exists here and very cold also. Children, in the upcoming module, I'll give you better examples, and I'll also give some pictures so that you understand the concept in a better way. Now, vegetation. Desert vegetation, equatorial vegetation, monsoon vegetation, Mediterranean vegetation, every type of vegetation is found in Asia. So definitely there is diversity. There is a lot of variety in the continent. Climate, different climates are experienced: monsoon climate, equatorial climate, desert climate, then mountain climate. So there are different types of climates, climatic condition experienced in Asia. Vegetation is also, a variety of vegetation is found in Asia. Wild animals, different varieties of animals are found in Asia. And if we talk about people, if we go to Southeast Asian countries, or we go to China, we go to Mongolia, we in our own country India, if we move all around the continent, we find a lot of diversity in the lifestyle, food habit, even our physical features. Look, there is a difference in that. This is because of the different climate and climatic conditions that is prevailing all over the continent. So students, by this I mean, this is such a vast continent that a lot of variety, diversity is found here. So this continent is often referred to as the continent of contrast. We also call it continent of contrast. So there is a lot of contrast in the continent, so we call it continent of contrast. Students, I will see in the next module how and why Asia is known as continent of contrast, with a lot of pictures. So let's proceed. Example is given here. Mount Everest, the highest point on the earth, is in Asia, and the lowest point, that is Dead Sea, is also in Asia. So can you see the contrast? Highest point and the lowest point, both are in the same continent. The frozen tundra, the northern portion of Asia, is known as tundra. So it's very, very cold, there is no vegetation. So for frozen tundra and dense rainforest and extensive deserts are also in Asia. So children, can you see the variety, the diversity? A lot of diversity is there. The rich wildlife include the polar bear. Polar bear is found near the northern portion of Asia. Elephant, tiger, giant panda. So the variety of animals, so there is a lot of diversity even in wildlife. So students, I hope you have understood this. This was the introduction. Now we will see the location of the continent. Let's zoom in. So Asia comprises 4/5 of Eurasia. If we see Europe and Asia together, Asia comprises 4/5. So a very large portion is taken by Asia and a small portion by Europe. And is separated by Europe by the Ural Mountain, Caspian Sea and the Black Sea. So children, Europe and Asia, they are separated by natural features, alright, like Ural Mountain, Caspian Sea and Black Sea. Now children, we'll see in the map, so that will be easier for you to understand. So here is the map. Can you see? This is the Ural Mountain, this is the Caspian Sea and this is the Black Sea. So the Ural Mountain, the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea, these three natural features, we can say mountains and water bodies, they separate Asia from Europe. Now Europe and Asia, they are a single geographical unit. I have told you, Europe and Asia are single geographical unit. They are connected. They are not separated by any large water bodies. But yet there are small physical features like mountains and water bodies, small water bodies. They separate. They form a natural boundary. They are not separated. They form natural boundary between these two continents. I hope students this is clear. Let's proceed to the content of the chapter again. The continent is bounded, means surrounded by Arctic Ocean to the north, Pacific Ocean in the east, Indian Ocean to the south, and the Mediterranean Sea into the southwest. The Red Sea and the Suez Canal separate it from Africa, and in the northeast, the Bering Strait separate it from North America. So children, don't worry, I just read it quickly, but I'll show everything in the map so that you understand it better. Let's see the map. So these are the water bodies. Arctic Ocean in the north, you can see the Pacific in the east, Indian Ocean in the south. So these are the major large water bodies, the oceans. There are several small water bodies surrounding the continent. We can see here the Mediterranean Sea in the southwest, and here is the Red Sea. It separates Asia from Africa. And children, here is a Bering Strait. Bering Strait means it's a small water body. So the Bering Strait separates Asia from North America. So this side is North America. If you see the globe, this side is North America. So between North America and Asia lies the Bering Strait. It is a narrow stretch of water. It's a water body which separates two large continents. You must have learned about strait. What are straits? Straits are narrow stretch of water bodies or of water that separate two large land masses. Here the Bering Strait is separating Asia from North America. Students, I hope this is clear. We have seen the major and the minor water bodies that surround the continent of Asia. So students, this is about the continent, that is about the location of the continent according to the water bodies surrounding the continent. So in location, first we have seen the water bodies surrounding the continent. Now we will see its latitudinal and longitudinal extent. So Asia extends from 10 degrees south to 80 degrees north latitude. So see the extent. 10 plus 80, 90 degree of latitudes. So it extends over 90 degrees of latitudes, and the equator, the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle passes through it. So three important lines of latitude: the equator, Arctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer. All these three lines of latitude passes over the continent of Asia. Now children, longitudinal extent 26 degree east to 170 degree west. So this is the longitudinal extent of the continent. So children, we'll see the map so you will understand it better. Look at the map. The longitudinal extent is mentioned here and also the latitudinal. So I have also written it here so that you understand. Latitudinal extent from 80 degree, if you can see here, from 80 degree north to 10 degrees south, and the longitudinal extent is from 25 degree east to 170 degree west. So this is the latitudinal and longitudinal extent. If we see, it's the largest continent, and area, children, I have not mentioned, the area of the continent is 44.58 million square kilometer approximately. So it's really a very vast continent. And Europe and Asia, as I told, they are together, they form a single geographical unit. We call it Eurasia. So students, I hope this is clear. Let's proceed. So here we have seen the location and the extent of the continent, how much it is extending. So let's have a quick recap. So here we have seen the position of Asia compared to the rest of the world. Here we have seen how vast it is, and along with Europe, Asia forms a single geographical unit known as Eurasia. We have seen the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of the continent. We have seen the water bodies, that is Arctic in the north, Pacific in the east, Indian Ocean in the south, and small water bodies like the Mediterranean Sea in the southwest, the Red Sea which separate Asia from Africa. And even we have seen about the Bering Strait. Children, you can see the Bering Strait very nicely in this map. The Bering Strait is a narrow stretch of water separating Asia and North America. And the Ural, the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea, they form a natural boundary. They are not separating, they form a natural boundary between Europe and Asia. So students, this is all about the extent and location of the continent of Asia. Thank you very much.